So here we are at Super Bowl weekend. We got Bad Bunny playing this week. Just had me thinking about something. I've been seeing a lot of the best Super Bowl performance lists lately. Some real, some AI, you know. But regardless, the comments are there, and it got me thinking about something that this is not important in the grand scheme of the world. There's a lot of important things right now, but it got me thinking as a fan, and just you're gonna know what I'm talking about. Okay, for first, I have three favorite bands. One of them is the Beatles. Shocker. Like, everyone says the Beatles. For good reason. All right. Here's the other favorite band, the second one. Well, this is in no particular order, by the way. They're my three favorite bands. Iron Maiden. So who's the third one? Who's the other of the three? And the topic of this brief little video blog. Ooh, U2. U2? Who's U2? Well, this is their singer, Bono. With that, I ask you, where is U2? What happened? You know what I'm saying. If you're a fan of rock or of U2 in general, what happened? It's like almost a Mandela effect at this point. I just think they just took out of everyone's brain, like, the existence of U2. They're on no one's lists anymore for greatest anything. I saw like one person say their Super Bowl with the greatest. By the way, they just as a reminder, they did the post 9/11 Super Bowl. They played three other songs, and they did a fantastic job. It's what the country, it's what the Super Bowl needed at that point. And just 10, 11 years ago, they were being placed as one of the best Super Bowls of all time, if not the best, along with Michael and Prince. Now they're nowhere to be found. And it was once said that, because they're one of the only bands that have been around as long as they have and still have all four original members. It was once said that needs to be studied, how they were able to do that. Now it needs to be studied how a band that was once on the top of the mountain of entertainment, of music, of the music industry, just 10 years ago, has dipped as far down as they have. That needs to be studied. I've never seen it before. Maybe you can think of someone, but and without really being able to give an exact reason why. Yeah, they put their album on everyone's iPhone in 2014, and that really hurt them. I think in the long run, looking back on it, it hurt them quite bad. Now, as a U2 fan, I was like, oh, sweet, I got a free U2 album today. But looking back on it, I wish they didn't do that, because the album was quite good, and it became a meme to just basically like, oh, the trash album that I can't throw away. And it was quite a good album, especially the second half of it. And the next album they released after that, it's all right. But that's the last album they released that I thought was really good, and it suffered because of the release, what they did. Then the pandemic came, and they were nowhere to be found. Like, little posts here and there, but they lost their weight completely. Like, it's like the air just deflated. People can't stand Bono now. If they even remember Bono, they can't stand him. He went on the Joe Rogan show, but half a year ago, something like that. I think that vlog is barely like at 1.5, maybe 1.2 million views on YouTube. I mean, if you're gonna hate someone, sometimes they say, oh, good publicity, bad publicity, it's all the same, right? No, this is not good. It's got 1 million views, like, or maybe it's getting close to 2. I don't know. That's nothing for the Joe Rogan show. Like, that's nothing. That's not good. I guarantee the guys are like, the band is like, ooh, we kind of underestimated how hated we are right now. I mean, think Nickelback, but like maybe 5 to 10 times worse. Because U2 was bigger than Nickelback, a lot bigger, and they've kind of recovered from that somewhat. And people are like, why do we hate Nickelback so much? But with U2, it's like, this is another level. It needs to be studied, like, for real. They had the biggest tour of all time for a while in 2011. And, Ed Sheeran, believe at one point had that record a little after, and then Elton John, and then now Taylor Swift had that. But that's the level that we were talking about just like 10, 11 years ago. The pandemic happened, and they were nowhere to be found. Nowhere. They had the Sphere shows in Vegas recently, and those were great. I watched the footage of them. and they look great. Granted, their drummer was injured for a while; he didn't play those gigs. I hear he's doing good now, and he's back. And they supposedly have an album, and they supposedly have a tour that just keeps somehow being pushed. And that's the thing. That's been what I've been seeing. And the guys are all there. I mean, you see them. They've been honored a few times where you see them around. They look fine. What gives? It's like it's intentional. I've never seen like just a poop gone. What? They were like climbing up the ranks of the most important rock bands and artists ever, and now it's like they're barely even remembered. I just wanted to make a video mentioning it. So, can they regain a little bit of their general audience? Because that's really what it is. I think a lot of their core fan base is still there. But the general audience just does not remember them anymore. I mean, I think a band like Tears for Fears, or even like Toto, or I'm not even like Toto. They have phenomenal songs. But I think bands that maybe are getting a lot of attention now because of some of the great songs they have, whereas U2 is like becoming forgotten. Maybe people know With or Without You. Maybe they know Beautiful Day. They may hear it every now and then in a store. But for the most part, it's weird. I've never seen anything like it. And I'm a fan. Like, I've seen them 3 times. They're phenomenal. They're phenomenal. It kind of hurts me to see them on so many overrated, because I feel like the public is forgetting why, it wasn't just headlines. Like, they actually put on a freaking fantastic show. Loud and thunderous and big and emotional. Kind of what Coldplay has. They've kind of taken. Hey, bye, U2. Y'all, nobody remembers you guys. I guess we're gonna do what you guys used to do. Was a little poppier, a little more colorful lights in the live show, and Coldplay's doing a great job. But that was U2 was doing that, and a little more rock, a little more guitar driven, a little different. That's one of the big influences for Coldplay. U2. Where are they? Is it just because of political reasons? Is it just the philanthropy? Is he just annoying to you? Bono, the Joe Rogan. He went on Joe Rogan, and I've never seen a comment section like that before. It wasn't. It just. I mentioned this already, but it was so negative. I couldn't believe it, and it was actually just kind of a boring interview. Like, it wasn't bad. I mean, it wasn't great. It was just okay. In fact, I was kind of relieved. I was like, they didn't get mad at each other that much or anything. It was okay. He'll probably go on again, maybe, because they need to figure it out. But I don't know. That's the thing. I've been on YouTube forums, and it doesn't really come up that much. Like the whole, they're working on an album. Like, no, how do they, get remembered again? Because I've actually seen them on a few underrated lists. That's kind of what's happened. Is some people are like, wait, I went and checked out U2, and I actually was quite impressed by them. They're underrated, yes, because they're actually a really good band. The Bono's lyric writing is phenomenal. He's one of the best lyricists out there in rock music. They're very, very innovative kind of songs. Each member adds this little piece of the puzzle that just creates this big kind of depthful rock music. And that's what they gave to the world for so long. And if anything, if they're going to bring anything back, it's just the knowledge of what they were able to accomplish. And I'm not necessarily the Grammys, because I think the whole award thing is people kind of see through that somewhat nowadays. It doesn't have the weight that it used to. But yes, they have like the most of any rock band, 22 Grammys or something like that. But I think more just the music. The music is great. It pains me that people are going to forget music that's that good. I mean, go listen to One Tree Hill. Go listen to In God's Country. Go listen to Ultraviolet. These are songs that a lot of people don't know that are on the albums that are considered fantastic. Start with those 2 albums, Joshua Tree and the one right after. It's some great stuff. But the whole catalog. I mean, I wish it's like, oh, their newer songs are terrible. I wish I wrote a lot of those songs because they're great. So anyways, I just wanted to mention it. It is what it is. I'm not saying, oh, you have to like U2. I just kind of make a reminder of they were huge just like 10 years ago. It's kind of crazy. All right, till next time, rock on.